I'm Haru, former niche micro celebrity on the Clock app. Unsure to which or like what YouTube censorship is in terms of like using certain words, but yeah. I used to make a lot of short form content on there, mostly about unfortunate League of Legends and being depressed, because that's what my life was at the time. I mean, I'm still depressed, but less League and making TikToks. Anyways, I just felt like making a video or something or anything really, just air out random feelings about stuff, which is mostly about like, video games or mental health or current state of the games, in my opinion. I'm just some random idiot on the internet who likes to edit and record voiceovers for things. I'm not here to argue or anything. I'm just here to throw out my opinion. I simply am just a girl. But yeah, I mostly play a lot of gacha games and occasionally whatever is popular. Either if it's like something my friends are playing or something my friends recommended me to play or something I've been wanting to play and I finally get around to. Specifically like Marvel Rivals is what I play a lot currently, but like not a lot at the moment. It's just whenever my friends say, hey, hop on, I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I think I found an opportunity to play Omori. More to come from that, I guess. Stay tuned. Smile Skeely. My main two games in quotation marks, like something I can confidently say I play a lot of, would be Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, and that's sort of today's topic. I don't know, this needs to be like a formal diagnosis or anything, but I'm burnt out from a lot of stuff in life and people, or I don't know if people's the right word, just socializing, and especially with gacha games right now, because I play other gacha games. Yeah, other ones besides, Genshin and Honkai. I play Nikkei. I play a bit of Wuwa. I really, really tried getting into Zenless, but I didn't really enjoy it as much, and I also lost my 50-50 on Jane Doe, and I was just like, yeah, I really don't want to play anymore, because I didn't even unlock dailies yet in that game. I was like, well, I don't really want to spend money, so I just got installed. I can install it anytime I want to, but I'm just not really wanting to. But I think my burnout from gacha games and games in general is kind of my own fault. Actually, it is my fault. I have no one else to blame. But if I want to like TLDR, and if you don't want to watch it, it's mostly for the fact that I don't know, I have a lot of accounts, and some content feels like it either takes too long or it just needs a skip button or something, because some content you specifically have to unlock after you get into a certain point in the story. But like, womp womp should have on multiple accounts, but we'll get to that. I don't know. Overall, if you're not gonna watch the entire thing, it's fine. I don't expect anyone to watch this at all, to be honest. I just think that reducing the amount of accounts I play and make you feel less like an obligation to play is better for my mental health, which is what I'm trying to do. But also, like, just talking about it helps. So, womp womp. And the background footage is the 3.1 question mark. I don't really keep up with the versions. Pure Fiction in Honkai. The 3.1 second half. I don't really know. It's like My Day's Banner is like tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I don't keep track of time. But it's something to look like while I ramble. I don't know if the entire thing will be used, or I'll like cut it off if like the ramble doesn't really go on that long. I'm not sure. I'm just reading off a script that I wrote. I didn't know how long this would be. So the actual womp womp, here we go. This problem goes back to my League days. Yeah, I know, League, boo, whatever. Where I would just make multiple accounts, either to play with friends, learning the game, or I've had like a funny name idea that I wanted to hold on to before they added the unique name tag thing. Anyways, so the mentality of, I'll just make another account for the funsies came from that. So for Genshin and Star Rail, I sort of have this try account system that it's not a real word. I just literally made it up as I was having on the script. But both Honkai and Genshin have my main account, which is going to be like my North American US account, I guess, an EU account that I either made to play with friends or play alongside friends, I guess, in Star Rail's case, because you can't really play together, but you can always borrow each other's account. And then an account that's either like a free-to-play account I made, or an account like, hey, I want to try, just playing differently, or like accounts that my friends give me, I'll use as my third account. Speaking of accounts that people give to me, I've been known to be that person in the friend group or the server that babysits people's accounts, or just do people's like end game content like Abyss or like the theater and all that. And at one point I was playing or like rotating through 11 question mark accounts each day, doing their dailies, whatever easy event I could do. And I tried my best doing Risen Burning, but it would be like really mindless and repetitive, which I like doing mindless repetitive tasks, but at some point it felt really like an obligation. I think for Honkai, I don't think I've ever taken care of that many accounts. I think I've had the 3 that I always usually play on, the tri-account system thing, and then there's like 2 more that I'll take care of it for friends, or if they'll be like, hey, I want this character, can you like farm ahead of time or whenever they come out? I'm like, yeah, sure. So those two accounts both want Mighty Mightimos, whatever the fuck his name is coming out soon at the time of like writing and recording this. Okay, so back to the 11 account Genshin, which includes like the tri-account system. That was around a year ago-ish when Arlecchino was either like confirmed to come out or teased to come out, and everyone and their mom was like, oh my god, she's so hot, but I don't play Genshin anymore, but I have an account. And they were like, hey Haru, do you want to play on my account and farm for me? And at the time I was crashing out over a lot of personal reasons, and I needed to constantly distract myself if I wasn't like, sleeping or at work. It's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'll throw out what the spreadsheet looks like on the screen somewhere. Hopefully I remember to do that, where I would keep track of all the accounts, how many wishes I had saved up on each of them, if you count a guarantee, like the pity on both the character weapon banner, and all that. I just liked seeing it visually because I was kind of proud of myself that I was like doing all this and not getting too burnt out of the time, but subtle foreshadowing or whatever. I think it was around like 2 to 3 months this is happening, where I was constantly and consistently playing and saving and farming. And so when the time came for like her banner change, I even like requested the day off, so I could like just chill for the beginning of the day. And then when the banner changed, I immediately like message everyone and say, hey, come to my stream, come to screen share or whatever. And I pulled on all the accounts besides the ones that people wanted to pull for themselves, which was like, I think 1 or 2 accounts. I don't remember. Maybe it was just 1. I don't really know. And every account got Arlecchino, and I believe every account got her weapon. And it was satisfying because all my hard work paid off. And it was like a new patch, so it was like a new boss, new area to explore, new artifacts for her best slot. But then it came to my main account, my main NA account, and I made a joke saying, it'd be funny if I just C6'd R5'd her. And people were like, oh, that's going to cost too much money. So over the months, I would casually do like a small swipe and just keep saving and building up. And I originally, like, worst case scenario, if I like went to hard pity, lost every 50-50, I would just stop at C2 R1, maybe C1 R1, whatever. Maybe I'll throw up the wish history somewhere. But I got like extremely lucky in my case, and I just ended up C6ing her. In the end, I only lost like 50-50 at like C4 to D-Luke, which is really funny because it was my first D-Luke, and it was like still a like pyro character with a big splash art. But it was really satisfying. Like I wouldn't say I peaked at that moment. It was just something I was like really happy about because I worked really hard for it. Besides, swiping, but I just really enjoyed it. And plus, she's like carried my account this far. Like when I played like non C6 or like accounts to like do their farming and stuff like that, I'm just like, oh, this is okay, I guess. Because like C6R like just destroys everything as long like I don't need reactions for most content. Like what really stops me is like pyro res or like pyro shields. Because I think at some point I was just like, oh, I think I like solo floor 12 with her, which I could at first, but I think lately the Abyss is catered towards whoever's new, and they purposely put like stuff that's resistant to stuff. Like when Neverlet was out, they put like hydro resist stuff on some sides so people could stop like soloing on that half. I don't know. I never pulled for Neverlet. Most of my accounts actually I go for like a girly pop / like cutie patootie theme. I don't really pull for men derogatory. Like I think I pull for twinks / femboys if they're necessary for my account. Like Kazuha, I definitely did. Sunday I did, which I don't really regret, but I'm like, he's cool. I like his story. I pulled for Al Hatham because I kind of wanted like to do Hyperbloom on my EU account because I never played Hyperbloom on my main account. I don't know. It's just me because like some people, I have friends who will be like, oh, I collect all the characters or I only pull for hot men. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But after all that was said and done with, all the other Kinos, I felt a bit not quite burnt out, not quite lost. It just felt like it was satisfying because, I got everything I needed, everything I wanted on all the accounts. I got my C6R1 on my account. And I was like, oh, well, now I have more to do that's like less reliable in a sense, because I can get like all of her talents, all of her essential materials, all that stuff like prepared. But with artifacts, it's different because it's all RNG, and I didn't know how long it was going to take. Like, I think it took me 3 months of constant artifact farming to finally get, I wouldn't say it's like basically just the best I could do in terms of like stats and substats, especially because it's not even in the strong box yet. I would either at first use something I would settle with, and then eventually I kept going until I got like amazing pieces. It's not like top percentage. I think I'll throw up where my Akasha stats are. I think my main is like, I think it was like top 12% at one point on my main with the C6. But then like my free to play account, which is like C0R1, is like top 1%, which is funny. I just got really lucky with the artifacts, but it's not even her best in slot. It was like the 4-piece Glad. It just had like really amazing pieces just lying around. But yeah, even though it gave me a lot of things to do, it just felt weird to be like, well, now I gotta just deal with the annoying part of like RNG because like the domain just came out and there's still more to explore, more to do. Like, I don't think I enjoy exploring, but like 100%ing just feels like it just drives me insane because I just can't be bothered to look for secrets or look up a guide. I just like, if I see something, I'll collect it. Maybe I'll just do a puzzle or two. But like, I legit have some areas where like I've left puzzles just there because I'm like, I can't be bothered to finish it because I'm lazy or I just can't be bothered. Even meanwhile, I have friends who don't want to swipe and they're like 100%ing areas just for another like chance at pulling a character. I'm just like, I have a job and disposable income, so I'll just do a little swipe or two and just get him. But fast forward to now, I'm not as insane with the mini accounts. Like, I stick with my tri-account system. I don't think I could ever go back to taking care of that many accounts. I think I offered to take care of someone's account, and then like I was mid-story cutscene. I was just like, I really don't want to do this again, and just alt F4, and they're kind of trapped in a cutscene. Like, I'm pretty sure if they ever logged into her account, they'd be like, oh, I'm in a cutscene. I'm like, oh, oops, yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry. But where am I now? Yeah, I'm still pretty burnt out and lost. Not from that specifically. It's just in general. I just feel the state of where I enjoy gacha games is lost. I'm not really sure what the correct terminology is. I on Honkai, I just don't feel like playing the main story for my is it fourth or fifth time? Because like in Honkai, I can at least like farm relics and like traces and bosses and weekly bosses and all that without having to like physically get there in the story like you used to have to. But if I want to unlock the Remembrance MC, I have to get decently far in the story. Like I can just AFK click on it, but it's like the fact I have to AFK click again for at least another 2, maybe 4 hours. I'm just like, I really don't want to. But I'm still glad I can at least like farm something at least. But at this moment, my goals are to get Castress and maybe her weapon on most of my accounts. I think my main account, my EU account, my alt account, and then depending on how many wishes it takes me to get my day, and if the person who has the account wants to go for my day's weapon or even Castress, I might pull for her on that. But yeah, however, me being a little bit insane for gacha games, I think once a year I will, if there's a character I really like their design for, I will try an E6 or C6 them. I kind of want to E6 Castress on my main, but I don't want to like have to like break the bank again. I've been saving a lot. I have 200 something wishes at the moment, and there's still another banner in between, plus it's like an anniversary patch, so tons of rewards and top up shop, hit my mic, top up shop resets. So yeah, but to be clear, I'm not using my main bank account for big swipes. Like occasionally if I need like a small swipe, I'll use my bank account, but anything big in a big amount, I just use my tip money from my job, which I usually like save up to like a couple $100, and then I'll be like, okay, let me just deposit it and then buy silly stuff on gacha games on it. That's how I kind of like manage my impulsive spendings. If it's nothing like basic video game spending, I kind of keep it to like my side, like a side selection, money I put aside specifically for purchases like that. But yeah, I do want to E6 around my main. I just don't spend too much. Just like having goals I can do and like kind of like mindless farming where I don't have to worry about it. That's why I like being able to get, like, I don't really like searching out leaks, but I like whenever they confirm specific things, like, oh, this will be her like best in slot artifacts, or this is like, the traces she uses, her element, blah blah blah. So I can like pre-farm that at least, because sure, I don't need to have a like day on off rip day one best slot casters. I like having really strong characters where people are like, damn, I hate you for that, and I'm like, well, because since they released that new relic set, the poet set, I've been farming that thing nearly every single day since it came out, and that came out start of 3.0, so like 3 months ago, question mark. But yeah, in terms of Genshin and Honkai, I've been leaning a bit more towards Honkai for some in-game reasons, some quality of life reasons, a lot of personal reasons, I guess. One, I like Emporius. I like the new world. I like its design. I like its thematics, and I like how Honkai is really leaning into it with all its character designs and then the lore. I like the new characters, the designs. I really like being able to auto battle content while I lay in bed, because I play on my iPad and it's easy just to like lean over and press a start battle, or try again, or like check in the artifacts and all that. But for Genshin, I feel like I enjoy lore. I do, I swear. But events feel like some of them just feel too long in terms of dialogue for the amount of reward that you get. I just kind of click through events. It's just a lot of talking, or I like do the event enough to where I unlock the portion where I can, earn rewards. Because like I don't need to listen to a story multiple times. I'm perfectly fine with like getting through the beginning portion and then unlocking the like mini game parts of the event. But for Genshin, I log in, collect my Vulcans, I do my dailies, and then I try and burn resin, but like is it confirmed? Yeah, it's confirmed that there's a new relic set, new artifact set, and I'm like, well, I can farm that later, so I don't really want to like farm it now, but that leads to another problem I want to get to in a bit. But I don't know. I don't want to redo all of Natlan again on all my accounts. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't really know how to describe it, because again, the problem boils down to me having too many accounts, and people can just say, oh, just stop having that many accounts. I'm like, well, the sunken cost fallacy, where I've already invested a lot of time and some money into other accounts. I'm like, well, I feel like I kind of have to play it now, because like I think my main account's the only one where I make sure I finish all the story, and like, sure, I have a lot of world quests, but I don't know, I can't be bothered half the time. But on my other accounts, I'm like, I started some of Natlan just enough to like, explore the world, but then like some accounts aren't even done with Fontaine. Like, I think the second they added like quick start with the whale boss, I really just did not care about catching up. Because it's some days I'll pick like a certain, if I have a day off and I pick a day where I just like, okay, I want to go through the story again, I'll just click through all of it. But at some point I'm just like, I really don't want to be doing this again. And we'll come back to that, I guess. Like, and I'm pretty sure if I like talk about like, oh, the stuff I wish Genshin had better quality of life with, people would just be like, oh, well, we've been asking for that stuff for like forever. But quite honestly, Star Rail just feels like a breath of fresh air in a sense compared to Genshin stuff. I don't really want to go into like mega details about it. Like some people, if this good day comes to you for the algorithm, you're probably gonna know some of these terms. But like, I probably have friends who like don't play, who want to like watch this or keep this in the background, who don't really know about it. But like, I guess I'll just provide some context. So in most gacha games or any sort of like game where they want you to come back, they have this like energy system. And in Genshin and Honkai, I'm just gonna use the one word for it because it's just resin, which is used to like farm artifacts or do traces, basically just to make your character stronger, or like farm materials. And usually you cap out at a certain point, but then like I know some games that you like over cap, but you can't like. It's only if you like buy more or at the beginning or the start of the game that they give it to you. And you're like, oh my god, cool, I can over cap, and then you check, you're like, oh, I actually can't. So now I have to wait real time for it to replenish. So Star Rail, I think Wuwa also has this, but specifically Star Rail has the best one in my opinion. I'm kind of biased. Star Rail has an overflow system where it's like so convenient for whenever I don't actually spend all my resin or if I ever get to after doing my dailies, so I can like bank up to, I believe it's 3,000, because like right now the cap is 300, and then anything above 300 will overflow slowly into like another bank, which will have like 3,000, which is a lot actually, because it's like it takes like half or a month to do that, and then you can just sit down and farm for like an hour or two, and hopefully you get something. Either you get a major upgrade or you kind of just get nothing. I don't know, depends on your luck. But I just really like that. I just really like the overflow system. I really like farming. I get it's boring and repetitive, but like if you gave me like 100 fragile resin in Genshin, which is like you can like consume them, use them, and get more resin. But if you give me like 100 to just sit there and farm, I would love to do that, but you can't because people have used red resin, and yeah. But I feel like Honkai is also just more generous in terms of like extra primos or jades, which is like the currency you use in game to like make wishes, and like the events feel. Sure, the events yap on a lot, but I feel like the rewards just feel a bit better. I don't know, maybe I Pavlov myself. I know, I'm pretty sure. If I just did, I could do the math and be like, oh no, it's actually around the same. But like, I know at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of the start of a new patch, you get like 10 wishes for free, and then like randomly they'll be like, hey, we'll just give you 10 wishes because hee hee hoo hoo. And like I believe at the beginning of the 3.0 version, they're like, hey, here's 10 wishes, and then here's another 10 wishes, and then during Lunar New Year's, Poyo would be like, hey, here's 10 wishes, smiley face. And then with there's some like, because with Genshin, when events happen and they're done, you can't go back to them at all. But with Honkai, if it's like, I guess major in quote unquote, it's like something that's like lore correct, or I don't really know what the categorization is, but like they'll archive the event for you. So if you like miss it, you can like still go back, you can still play through it, and you can still earn some rewards. You just won't get like the like character selector rewards or anything like that. Or like if you missed the light cone, you can still do that. And like there's just feels like there's so much more you can do in Honkai. Like there's a weekly simulated universe, which is just a mini abyss for Honkai, and you could just do that every single week. And then there's like a little shop where you can earn like you can buy things with like in-game currency that you use from anything, and just like so much ways to get a lot of in-game things without having to like a lot of passive income. I think that's the correct word for it. But I think the fact that there's an auto battle just makes things a lot easier. And I know some people like don't like the auto battle. I just like the auto battle because I don't want to think. Because I play on my iPad while I'm lying in most bed at nighttime. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm terrible at speaking. I'm reading up a script and I'm still like stuttering and all that. But I play Honkai mostly on my iPad while I'm like laying in bed at night. And so like if I need to like farm something, I just hit start battle. If I need to figure things out, I just click around. I just take screenshots. I don't do story stuff on my iPad because like I get tired of tapping my screen, and I'm usually like watching a YouTube video on the pop-up player. I think I have a controller I did, because I think when I first got it, it was before you could unlock the Sunday boss. So I was like clicking through Penacony for like a solid 2 hours just to get the Sunday boss. But I had a controller, so I just like, mash the A key or whatever. But yeah, with Genshin, it feels outdated, maybe. Like they updated the resin cap, but they just don't have overflowing resin. And I feel like there's not either like not enough endgame stuff, or it just doesn't reset often enough as I'd like. Like I'm not asking for stuff to be harder, because like stuff is already being power crept. But on Sorrow, there's technically 3 endgame modes plus like a half reoccurring game mode, and like it feel like they rotate evenly enough to where it feels like, oh, okay, I'm done with this. Oh, there's a few more days before this resets or whatever. Like for example, Abyss reset. Maybe it was yesterday, maybe it was the other day, and like I already 36 started on my main, so like, oh, now I got nothing to do besides farm. I don't know. This was supposed to be about burnout, but I kind of just recapped a lot of random stuff and how insane I can be. I tend to get off topic a lot, but I think I did just cover my personal problems with games. Not complaining, it's just me being me and being a little autistic. I don't really know. But again, what really helped was just reducing the amount of accounts that I played on or took care of, and not viewing daily farming as much as an obligation. Like, oh, well, I need to do this in order to like, prepare for this character coming out, blah, blah, blah. But I'm unsure how to proper this word. I'm unsure how to properly word it, really. I'm not saying I'm uninterested in Genshin at the moment, but I'm more interested in Star Rail. Because, like, with Star Rail, I feel like I don't have to deal with long stories. Well, actually, this is both. I feel like, in general, I just don't like having to deal with long stories and no skip button in any game, really, which is, like, wild, considering some people love, like, story. I feel like after I do it once, I don't want to, like, do it again. But like it's wild because like Zenless is also a Hoyle game, but they have a skip button which summarizes all the important things, and then Woowa, a competitor of Hoyle, has a skip button. But like people have been wanting a skip button for years. I don't know. I think the good and bad of skip buttons. Again, I just work here. Well, I don't work here. Just me just throwing my thoughts into the void. I guess if you watched all this or you had this in the background, and stuck around this far, thanks, I guess. I like to yap about anything that I'm interested or passionate about, and it gives me an excuse to edit again, which I do enjoy. I'm gonna try and start making content to upload again. I don't quite sure what I want to do, really. I don't know, I'm just doing this on the whim. Maybe some pull videos, because I do like gambling. Maybe random thoughts. I don't really expect us to do amazing or anything, or people to find us at all. Maybe like, I don't know, 20 people max. I don't know. I just work here. I just wanted to do this for, the lulz and just throw my voice into the void and just have an excuse to edit. But thank you for watching, listening. If you have this in the background, thanks. And maybe I'll see you around. Bye-bye.